Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. As you can see, I have relocated to the other side of the bridge. Don't look too carefully at this bridge if you have any form of OCD, because it will probably make you go a little bit insane. So what have we done? Well, I've moved over here and I've started laying out the base proper. I made a little drill car, and then I took the drills off and put the saw blades on it to cut down the big trees over here. And I had a little incident with one of my what do you call these things? These little crates, item crates. It freaked out, glitched into the ground, and vanished into the earth somewhere over on that hillside there. There is a way to push it out of the ground. I'm not entirely sure how to do it. But yeah. Also, you'll notice I have two different colors of wood here. If you cut down these big trees, some of these big trees, they give you this darker color wood. This darker color wood gives you the your level 2 wood, your refined wood when you grind it up. That's really kind of handy. The thing is when it drops logs like this, you can't break them with this sledgehammer. At least that's what this one was saying when I was trying to hit it. So this guy is permanently affixed into the water because I can't get it out of the water, and I'm not going to get the saw in there to cut it up. And that's how you can break it, is with the saw itself. So what have we done? Well, as you can see, I have set up a processing thing here to some degree. Spot to put raw materials right here, so that guy can suck them up. Chest for him to output into. I've got a chest here for chemical, a chest here for water, and a chest of just random junk. And then this is the output chest for this craftbot, which is connected back into this random junk chest. This junk chest is actually acting more as a junction point than anything. If you need to fill this with water, all I do is I just take this whole chest and I set up a vacuum pump on the just in the water here, and I stick that on there, put a button on the vacuum pump, hook it all up, and fill the chest. I can do the same with the chemical now over at the chemical station. And I think that's kind of where we're at. What do I got in here? Oh, I just got a chunk of metal. Okay. But what else have I been doing? Well, I have started laying out. Yeah, that one squawks every now and then. It makes little crunchy noises. I started laying out where I'm going to put the gardens on the base, for the base, whatever. Unlike some other people who are playing this game, I'm not placing these things like tight together, touching. Yeah, I don't care. But I've got this far. I'm going to kind of decorate it up a little bit later as I progress. And I've started laying out kind of a seawall here. I might move this wall out a bit, kind of follow the rock line a little bit more. Oh, I'm thirsty. Fine. What I want to do is instigate instigate an attack. I want to see where they're coming from. Now, I've planted upwards of 6 seeds before with no problems at all. But I know that if I can plant, that's 8. Okay. I know that if I plant 10 or more, that registers as the illegal farming, and I should get that message pop up any minute now. I want to see if it does. Put down these carrots. Okay, unfortunately my unauthorized farming detected. Okay, there we go. I want to see where they spawn. If they spawn here, if they spawn on the beach, if they spawn in the water. I'm curious as to where they spawn. Now, hopefully it shouldn't be anything more, because this is the first one. Shouldn't be anything more than a handful of farm bots. Or not farm bots, the little tote bots, the little green guys. So that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, this was my garden before. There's 6 plots here. I remember to pick these up. And I'm going to have to figure out what to do with seeds. I mean, literally, you end up with so many blasted seeds. And I have to move this signpost. And I gotta move all this garbage yet. So I'm gonna head to back to the. Oh, I'm still getting the glitchy thing on the bridge. It's like in Minecraft, when you cross over a chunk, you have a chunk boundary. It's like every now and then I hit the same kind of thing in this game. It's like I hit a chunk boundary, and then the thing just starts going all twitchy on me. It's really noticeable sometimes when I'm loaded, especially when I'm loaded up with stuff on the junk mobile here. And it's very, very irritating. So let's head over to this timer here, and we'll grab the water. Grab the water buckets, and we'll water this up. And I want to see what we have coming in. I'm not even worried about. I'm not worried about the crops. It's not something I'm really concerned about. Okay, let's head up here. I want to show you where this thing disappeared. I think I understand how I might be able to push it through. I'll just take some blocks I don't care about losing. I'll leave this here. I'm going to move this back over by the farms here before nighttime. Here we are. It was somewhere in this area that my thing disappeared. Now, I tried using the lift to push stuff down into the ground, and I couldn't do it. But what I was told is it can't be connected to the ground. So I'm thinking if I do it like this, come on. Okay. And then I place this like that. I go up. And I go out. I go up. Okay. Now if I'm right, this will push into the ground and a resource crate chockers full of stuff should drop from the sky. If I'm wrong, I'm just going to push a bunch of raw material into the ground, or I'm going to cause something else to happen. So let's see what happens now. W. Okay, that didn't work. Hey, it did work. It popped it out. Oh. That is so awesome. Okay, let's pick up this pile of debris here. And this resource crate. We'll head back to our base. That big red timer. 4 minutes left. Should be just about enough time to get across the bridge. And then our tote bots will spawn. Okay, you're picking them up. I'll pick this up. I'm just going to move this over. I've got a pile of debris back here from scavenging POIs. Those little roadside attractions. And basically I'm just piling it up back here behind the one shed. And I'm experimenting. I've got a whole pile of different things. I've been experimenting with ways to make pathways. This is using those wood crates to create like a herringbone pattern, which I'm actually liking this. I might do this for like a section of this. I can't do it for the pathways because the pathways are too narrow. They're only 5 wide. But I'm going to do these pathways out of sand. Here's my timer, 1 minute. See, I think they might spawn on that island over there where that crate has spawned. But I'm afraid they'll spawn on my island here, which has me a bit concerned. And in 3, 2, 1, 0, spawning should be initiated. Okay, I see some totes on the beach. Always spawned up here on the shoreline. You're attacking my pile of garbage, dude. Okay, so it spawned directly on the shoreline here. It had no difference as to what was over in this area. And it spawned here on this shoreline. Interesting thing to note. Okay. Now I'll probably get another come on. I'll probably get another raid yet tonight or the next night here. Okay, Hopi. You just jumped halfway out of your skin. It's only a tote pot head. Okay, I don't have the illegal warning yet, but I don't know how long it takes before it resets. But that was kind of what I was afraid of, was that they were going to spawn on this island or over where this stuff is. I don't know if there's a way I can set that or fix that. Because that may mean that I have to do is set up some sort of automated defense. So that, like, if they come in, a sensor picks it up and immediately stuff starts trying to mash them on the ground. I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping that it would force them to spawn out in the water. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave this be and see what happens on the next night. See if I get more spawns. See if I get another raid. See whatever happens. And if nothing else happens, well then we'll pick it up and go do something else. So don't go away, kids. We'll be right back. Alright, we are just minutes away from the next raid. The garden has been picked. I picked everything that was there. He spawned. He spawned. Anybody else spawn? There we go. I hear a guy. I'm hooked on stuff. There he is. There you go. Oh, he's smacking away on my garage. Oh, come on, dude. It's just a piece of wood that I stuck out in the water to give myself a marking spot, but yeah. So my fear was that they would attack whatever they encountered first, which means if they spawn out here around or on the bridge, they will attack the bridge. They're attacking my little workshop here, which kind of irritates me, but that's okay. It just means, because I wanted to put this as the workshop / garage, and for some reason my computer has turned into a total jerk fest again. Processing at the power of Spud. There we go. But that's what I'm seeing is a spawn over in this area here, which is where I wanted to build a large section of the base. Now, I'm not sure how they determine what the base is. Like, is it everything that is attached to the grid that the garden plots are in? Do I have to attach the garden plots to the grid? Because these plots are not touching anything, they're all individuals. So, I mean, do they count as part of the same grid? Like, as it stands, am I going to end up with 100 and some odd individual grids over here with this one large build? Do I have to attach all of these builds to make them all uniform? Like, do I have to attach this build with the bridge build to make them all one thing, you know? Questions, but no, I have no idea. But yeah, that's where we're at. Figured I'd show you this as well while I'm thinking about it, remembering. I did modify the undercarriage of the car here slightly. Let me just borrow a couple of these so you can see. There we go. I put the off-road suspensions on and raised these up, and then I put a layer of concrete on top of the wheel, like the wheel hub. So I've added this extra layer of concrete, which makes it a little heavier in the front. Because they work really well as pulls, but they don't work very good as push motors. I'm thinking of building a different vehicle. I kind of have a good design in my head, but a different vehicle, still using the piston-powered engines, but for actually doing some real serious work, if you will. This little car is a lot of fun for just tootling around in. It's not exactly the most powerful vehicle on the market, but you know, it gets me from here to the mechanic shop and back and doesn't use, 25 fuel. So, yeah. I'm going to have to look a little bit more into what I got to do for the gardening. I'm not overly concerned about it yet, although I will be soon, because I do want to start working towards getting spud guns from the trader guy over there. Yeah, oddly enough, that's basically straight this way, where that wreck is, or that tower, or that building is. The mechanic shop is right over there somewhere. And then if you go over the hill on the opposite side of the road from the mechanic shop, you find the trader. So, straight line from here. I'm starting to get my bearings pretty good, so we're doing not bad. So I have to figure out what we're going to do about this, and yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. I know it wasn't all that too exciting or too much exploring, but it's just kind of more of an update and experimentation as we try to figure out what to do about the farm bot attacks, because I do need to get some sort of a gardening thing happening for two reasons. One, I do need to start harvesting component kits, and the easiest way to get component kits is to lure the little buggers in and kill them on sight. But yeah, I gotta figure out what mechanic does it use to determine the size of the base. Like, if I took a stretch of wall and connected this and that, what would that do? Can I weld those together? I mean, that's another question. If I hit this with a weld tool, I might rip the whole thing out of the ground, and then I'm going to be kind of pooched trying to put it back together. I don't know. That's kind of questionable. I don't care about this stuff. This is just extra material for repairing the bridge and for doing some extra builds. I brought these things here to do some tests and to have some building materials for stuff. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, kids. Hope you're enjoying Scrap Mechanic, and I will see you on the next episode. Good night for now.